Good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Welcome back. Welcome back. For starters, the new year is upon us 2023. See, in 2023, New Year's is always a weird feeling. I don't know if you guys agree, but for me personally, like, you just start look back on the year, looking back at the year that is about to end, and it's just a reflection. A lot of reflection takes place, and just a lot of different thoughts running through the mind, and also you know looking forward ahead and what you want to do differently and how you're gonna go about it. you know you feel good about some things that happened in the year that is about to end. You don't feel so good about some things. You think you could have done better here or there and this and that. And it's always a weird feeling for me. But, it's good that another year has ended and we're still here and we still have life. So, you know, I think that's the thing that we should concentrate our focus on the most. Certainly the most important thing, I think, right? Um, we're talking about Tarick Ximines, right? And not necessarily the move, not necessarily the move or details surrounding the move, but to look at this upcoming possible transfer as a template. Seeing, with that being said, before we get into the topic, big up to everyone in the new year and wishing everybody health, strength, success, seeing just everything good to everybody, man. Subscribers, non-subscribers, you know, just anybody who comes across this video, man, just wishing you all the best for the upcoming 2022. With that being said, the Tariq Ximines transfer. Now, news would have broken yesterday that upon successful completion of a medical, Tariq Ximines will be on the move to Circle Bruges or Brugge. I think I'm not so the pronunciation I'm not so wonderful on, but you guys know the club, right? A big football club over there in the Belgian Pro League, the Belgium first tier. In the last 5 or 6 years, the Belgian market has been a big market for Jamaican footballing talent. We have had a couple of names that have donned the kits of some Belgian Pro League teams, Boza, McGee, Bailey, Lawrence, even as far back as, oh God, what the baller name again, man? He was on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. Oh God, I don't know the baller. I don't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but big baller, right? Big baller from back in the day. See? So it's a market that we have seen mostly success with our reggae boys. So hopefully that continues with young Tariq Ximines. But and by the it was the news broke by 876 Stream, so big them up as well. And they say it's a 3.5 year deal once the medical is successfully completed. So we wish Tariq Ximines all the best. Guys, let us not cow down the ball and beat the baller when him go there and a year or two after he has not found himself in the first team as a regular or starting or getting any minutes, right? Let us put things into context, right? The fact of the matter is young Jamaican players leaving Jamaica are leaving Jamaica being behind many of their overseas counterparts, right? So Ximines has some catching up to do, right? Let us just wish the young man all the best. And the most important thing for me personally when I see these young ballers make these moves is that they go to these respective jurisdictions and improve their game as much as they possibly can. You know, Belgium is renowned for its development of young players, right? And there are few jurisdictions in the world that are better at developing young talent than Belgium. So, you know, for me personally, I just want to see Tarick Ximines go to Belgium and apply himself and become as good a player as he possibly can be. And also, let's not forget personal development as well for young Tarick Ximines, right? So for me personally, I'm very, very, very happy and elated when I hear young players making moves, especially to jurisdictions that are noteworthy for their development, right? Um, and that's the main angle that I want to look at it from. This is and should be the template going forward with the best young players that are coming up through the ranks in Jamaica, right? Blood them into the JPL as young as possible, right? And have them leave to credible footballing jurisdictions as young as possible. You can't sign pro in Europe before the age of 18. So as soon as Ximines, hits the age of 18, right? He's out of here going to Belgium as a recently turned 18-year-old footballer, right? And this is what it is all about, right? Having them leave as young as possible to receive as much development as possible during their development window. Very important, right? When you're sending baller to Europe at 22 years old, for instance, the window is almost complete. That development, well, I shouldn't say complete, but that development window is closing and closing very quickly. And, the amount of development that the player can do, because the player can attain, becomes less and less. Seeing this should be the model going forward. When you look at most of the players that have had the most successful careers in football, the most in Jamaicans I'm talking about, Jamaican footballers that have had the most successful careers in football, most of them, if not all of them, left the island as teenagers. Most of the ones who have made it in Europe went to Europe as teenagers, at the very least U21 players, right? That is the way forward. We have to realize our limitations in this country. We do not have the infrastructure or the technical expertise to develop our young talents. Blood them into the JPL as young as possible, and as soon as possible have them depart the island as young as they possibly can. That should be the model going forward until we implement a proper development structure in place in the island to build our players, right? Again, let us not beat down the baller too bad if he goes to Belgium. And for the first 2 years, we don't see nothing of him. It's expected, right? He's behind his counterparts. The most important thing is that he's going over there to have access to top-notch, top-class development. This should be the business model of clubs going forward. Seeing, for me personally, I would even be more happy if the ones who break through the ranks before the age of 18 if we could even look to other jurisdictions apart from Europe, they can't sign pro in Europe until the age of 18, right? Me personally, I would love to see them instead of, like for instance, perfect example, Cohen in the JPL, right? That youngster broke through the ranks in the JPL as a 15-year-old. Instead of waiting 3 years for him to take that next step to go pro, right? Him can go to Europe, try and find some other jurisdictions in the world. So instead of leaving Jamaica at 18, he's leaving Jamaica at 16. Now, I know that that might not be particularly attractive to a number of JPL clubs because the whole issue of being compensated for players, they might not get as much compensation, as they would like. So, we understand that, and that's another variable to consider as well. But from an ideal standpoint, in terms of not letting our young gems go to waste and developing them as best as possible, as young as they possibly can leave the island, we should bring them through the system, blood them into the top tier, into the nation's most elite competition as young as possible, get them out of the island as young as possible. Again, look at the Bozers, look at the Kahim Parises, look at the Norman Campbells, look at the Leon Baileys, right? The list goes on and on. Look at the most successful footballers that this country has produced. Basically, all of them left as U21s, most of them left as teenagers. If we are going to have our best young talents maximize their full potential, we need to export them as early as possible for them to have access to as much development as they possibly can in their development window. Seeing my final take on this, Ximines to Cercle Bruges, big club in the Belgian Pro League. The only issue I have with this transfer, ladies and gentlemen, look at your screen. the badge to your left, or let me remove the banner. The badge that has old underneath it is the previous club badge. The badge with new is the new club badge. Seeing? This is the ugliest club badge I have ever seen in my entire life, people. The very first time I see that badge, I was actually watching the Belgian Pro League and I see that badge. I'm say, yo, what is this, man? That is the only issue I have with this particular, with Ximines going to this football club. This is the ugliest club badge on the face of the planet Earth. If you know an uglier club badge than these people, hit me in the comment section, let me know. Me personally, I am a fan of things like this, But like, when it comes to club football, and the different aspects of it, the club badges, the stadiums, and all of them things. But no, I'm just interested heavily in all of those kind of things. So, the old badge is a much better looking badge. What is this? What is this new badge, people? Cercle Bruges need to do better than this, man. This is a deplorable. This is the worst looking badge in club football I have ever seen. If you don't know a worse badge than this, hit me up in the comment section and let me know. Seeing if I was a footballer, club badge would have a big role to play in if me go on football club or not. All jokes aside, me probably wouldn't go play for that club yet just because of how the club badge look. Anyways, knock up the like button, subscribe and share. But we're ending the year on a very positive note, right? We need to see more of this. And I understand that there are different variables at play in terms of, even your stories of clubs not getting the amount of money they want for a baller, so them not leg off of the baller and that sort of a thing. And while I understand why they would want to hold on to the player, me personally, as someone that loves to see youths strive and achieve, leg off of the baller. Seeing? Leg off it. Don't make a baller stay here till him all 23, 24, just because the club never get the money what them want for the baller. Seeing? Again, Happy New Year when it comes. All the best to everyone in the new year. Knock up like button, subscribe and share. Take care, guys. Stay safe. We're wishing Tarick Ximines all the best. Seeing? Cool.